Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to IRC Season 8. Apologies, I was in the world of my own there. I was just getting all the crumbs off my bed after that amazing muffin I had. It was brilliant. Absolutely loved it. Anyway, enough about my food habits and all that kind of jazz. Yeah, I could be here forever talking about how much I love food, but nope. Tonight it's about Formula One. It's about IRC. It's about the race around the best racetrack in the world. This is Spa Francorchamps, round 13. It is round 13. Gosh, the year's going by way too quick, isn't it? In terms of Formula One, just in terms of really the lack of stuff we've been able to do in the world as well, which is unfortunate. But luckily for me and for you, IRC has progressed, hasn't it? We've still been here week in, week out. Apart from that 1 week where I decided to go into a Formula One car for the IRC. I think it was for just the Super Cup, wasn't it? And unfortunately, I didn't cover myself in much glory at all, and that's why I'm sat up here in the comms box and not out there trying to fight with the 20 incredible drivers, incredible athletes that these guys are. You can see that we are just starting qualifying one then, and I can talk about this racetrack forever, but unfortunately I've got to talk fortunately I've got to talk about these drivers as well, haven't I? So really good stuff indeed, and I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be a cracker, isn't it? Right, I've got all my stuff ready then. Yep, I'm ready to get going as well. Sprint is right in the chat as always. Lovely stuff. Hello Sprint, I hope you're having a great day indeed then. So yeah, this is I think this is the best racetrack in the world personally. I think it's got everything, hasn't it? And of course you talk about classic races around here. Well, you could just list them off, can't you really? We think about classic races around here. 95 for one. Hill against Schumacher, where Schumacher went on the where Hill went on the wet tyres. Schumacher stayed on the dry tyres, and they had a good old battle right up through Eau Rouge, through Radion, and up to Les Combes then. And here is Mason, who is the first man out on circuit and attacking this beautiful track indeed then, of course, as we are flying through the Ardennes Forest, coming up to Les Combes as well then. And that is where Schumacher and Hill did come to blows, didn't they? It was fantastic. I love this place. And now we drop down the hill, and you can see it's really unusually it's a bit of a nice hot day out there, isn't it, at the moment now? I do bet my house by my horse and anything else I have in my garage on that there will be a sprinkling of wet stuff coming from out of the sky then, as it normally is. It's usually more often than not wet around here, isn't it? So we're just watching Mason going through Blanchimont as well before coming up to Camps as well. This is where Hamilton had a big smash here in 2019, didn't he? Or was it 2018? It was one of those years where he had a smashing qualifying free. Now then, as he exits Camps, now coming into Stavelot as well, before into Paul Frere. This is where the old track then joins onto the newer track, albeit that was quite a long time ago, wasn't it? As the original incarnation of Spa was a lot longer, wasn't it? And I think that I can't remember who it was, but someone, one of these streamers streamed the old circuit. My gosh, there were some corners there that absolutely blew my mind, and I got to say, I would be very scared to go for them anyway. It just shows how incredibly brave those guys were back in the 50s and 60s. And just saying that, then we got Jan saying, evening guys, hope for a nice race for everyone. Jonathan Cox there on the Facebook stream, evening guys, and T Sammy, the world champion, has joined as well. Let's go through the drivers and the constructors, shall we? Or should we go on board with Mason and have a lap around here? Let's go on board with Mason, shall we? Coming up through Eau Rouge and then going into Radion as well. Beautiful stuff indeed then. And now coming up the Kemmel Straight as well. Two DRS zones around here. One up the Kemmel Straight, which is where we are now, usually on the left hand side. It is packed full of orange for the Max Verstappen fans. And up into Les Combes as well then. And brilliant stuff indeed. Going up into sixth gear, dropping down to fourth gear. So it's like a roller coaster, isn't it? Really is indeed then. So we're coming to the right hander as well, dropping down into second gear before accelerating away into the corner with no name, even though Jerome D'Ambrosio does say that corner is named after Jackie Hickson, but I've never heard anyone else say that, so whether that's the case or not, I have no earthly idea. Into Pouillon as well now, and accelerating out. Giovinazzi had a smash there in 2019, didn't he? Now then, this is where we joined Mason last time out. Now coming up to Camps as well, dropping down to fourth gear, accelerated away, and Giovinazzi also had a smash around there in 2020 as well. Into Stavelot as well, dropping down to fourth gear before accelerating away. He's gone a bit wide, but he's all good there. Out of Paul Frere as well. I know you will not be on the brakes now until that legendary bus stop chicane as well then. Through Blanchimont as well then. And look at this then. Is he going to lift? Not even a hint of a lift as well. It drops down 2 miles an hour then as the power does. Now to the bus stop chicane, dropping down into second gear, tickling the 50-mile-an-hour mark, again on the loud pedal, and that is a lap of Spa. Fantastic stuff indeed then. And I've got to say, I'm all in a sweat, and I've got to really change myself now because, gosh, I feel like an athlete just watching that lap then. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Anyway, as we're just watching double in as he flies through over as well. Here comes Maxi, the world champion. And talking of the world champion, let's take a look at the drivers and the constructors standings. Hog second, Gaz in third then. The standings at the moment is this. Currently we have Maxi, who's the championship leader at the moment. He is on 28, no yet. He's on 206 world championship points at 28 points in front of T. Sammy, the defending champion, who's in second position. And Gaz is out of the qualifying session. He is out. Oh, goodness me. And he has had a big off there as well. And it is up at the top of Eau Rouge. And look at that then. It's, oh dear, oh dear. And unfortunately then we've had a lot of drivers that have had crashes over there over the years, haven't we? Just to think of... 99, for example, both the BAR guys was in there, wasn't they? I think it was Ricardo Zonta and Jacques Villeneuve who was trying to bet with each other who can go through there flat out. Remember that it's quite easy flat out in these days in these modern cars. But back in 99, then I gotta say these cars wasn't as downforcedly gifted there. And I don't even think that's a word, is it? Anyway, go back to the championship. Yeah, T. Tommy 28 points in behind Maxi, and Steve is 29 points behind Max as well. The battle for second and third is very hot indeed, then, isn't it? As we're just watching double coming through the bus stop chicane as well. Steed and unfortunately dropping down to third in the championship. Sprint in a fantastic fourth. He's on a great season. Timmy has moved himself back up into a very solid fifth position. He's on a strong season. Tim is this I would say at the moment it's his strongest season to date, so lovely stuff indeed then. Matt in sixth position as well. Seventh position is Roscoe. Eighth is Fizzy. He's moved up a position. Asdog has moved up 2 positions and he's currently second and fastest at the moment. And Asdog had a very strong performance last time out, didn't he? 10th position is Hog as well. He has dropped down at 2 positions. And 11th position is Harry. He's moved up a position. 12th position is Valentine. He's dropped down 2. Mason is gone at 4 positions. And as we've also got Penny, who's dropped down 1 position. Then we've got Double, who's also dropped down 1. So is PP and Snap as well. My nephew just joined there a minute ago, Jack. I think he was expecting to play on Call of Duty. Unfortunately, that is not the case. I'm on F1, my good man. But there we go. So he might have had a bit of a shot there of me talking, rambling on about myself. There or thereabouts, but there you go then. Anyway, we're on board then with Steve at the moment then, as he is now just coming out of Lake Com then, now dropping down the hill. He is third in the World Championship at the moment. Steve is in the Haas then. No, I haven't even talked about the constructors yet. Goodness me, I need to get myself sorted. I need to pull my finger out, really. We've already been on air for 8 minutes. I haven't really. I've only just started going for the championship. AlphaTauri currently in mode. The combination of Matt and Sprint is absolutely fantastic. As JJ is out of qualifying as well, unfortunately. But yeah, the combination of Matt and Sprint in the AlphaTauri is absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. And I have no idea what's going on outside my window. I'm going to have to shake my fist at someone in a minute, which ain't going to do any good, because I got to say, in terms of stature-wise, I am threatening to no one. I'm not even threatening to a ladybird either. So there we go. Yeah. So yep. No, I don't think that's going to do anything. But there you go. I can always just show my disgust there, or might write an angry lettered word then, which also wouldn't happen because I'm too lazy to post it. Steve coming into the bus stop chicane as well. Then taking a bit of curb and not too much curb on the second exit there of the bus stop chicane. He goes through. He is second fast at the moment now, and a whisker behind Timmy, who's currently the benchmark in this qualifying session at the moment. And the times are so close, it's fantastic, isn't it? Josh has also now started his lap as well. Lovely stuff indeed then. Back in the construction then, AlphaTauri and Matt, brilliant techniques together. They've been really good indeed. Alfa Romeo in second position. We're expecting that team to be the team to beat the measuring stick in the constructors. Asdog's had a bit of a tough time. T. Sammy is also in action as well. He is started qualifying late because unfortunately he finished work late, but of course he's in action now then, so no harm, no foul. Third position is the Ferrari team. Haas in fourth, McLaren are in fifth position, Red Bull sixth, Mercedes seventh, Renault eighth, Racing Point ninth, and the Williams team is in 10th position, and no points so far for Williams, so surely they have got to oh goodness me, someone's had a crash coming out of Paul Ferrer, I think, by the looks of that, and oh dear, that's not a good time at all, and that is Mason C, who of course course, had a fantastic qualifying last time out, and that is a long way out of Paul Frere then, and he's got himself well out of shape. Mason C, he is out of qualifying as well, and that is a big blow and I wonder if Paul PB might come out of the pits and just set a time, because he will be able to get through in the qualifying. He will be able to get through in the qualifying too if he just sets a time. So surely it's worth a squeeze then, as T Simon now coming out of the final turn then, and he goes into 5th fast at the moment, so no pressure at all there for T Simon. Here comes Josh there, coming through Braun Chamon as well. Brilliant stuff indeed there. And as Gareth saying, evening Sean, states it means to go on then. Yep, I got to say it's going to be a very tough race indeed then. The difficult parts around this circuit, it's old school, isn't it? If you're going to crash, you're going to crash heavily around here as well. It's so quick around this circuit, isn't it? It really is indeed then. And I was going to say, it's Josh has lost it on the exit of La Source there, but don't worry, because Hackenen spun there in 95 there. I love this place there. I have a lot of fond memories around there. Unfortunately, Hackenen spinning is not one of my fond memories really, because I used to be a big old McLaren and Hackenen fan in the mid-90s as well. So yeah, that wasn't one of my strongest oh my goodness me, he is in the wall and Josh is out. He had a problem in last source, now he's had a problem at the exit of Radion, and he is out of qualifying, and that's 2 in the wall. Both Williamses are at bottom of the Constructors' Championship, are also at bottom of the timesheets as well. We're down to 12 cars in this qualifying session unless PB makes a appearance, but goodness me, that is a shame indeed then. So at the moment, this is how it stands at the moment. 16th JJ, 15th Josh, 14th Gaz, and 13th is Mason. That is they unfortunately ain't going to be able to sort their times out. They ain't going to be able to improve their times, unfortunately. No, that is not good at all. T-Time is 3/10 second up. PB is in the pit set. We've got Godzilla, of course, a former IRC driver as well. And he has said, still getting excited again. I see. How are you doing? I'm doing very well indeed. Then, as Mike, as Godzilla has just said, Godzilla for Paul. Laugh out loud. I don't think I can't remember Mike. I don't think you've ever been on pole in IRC. But to all it's good to have you in the comments, though, isn't it? And it's great to have an experienced driver just talking to me as well. And we've also got a couple of drivers in the comments on YouTube as well. Josh is one of them, but unfortunately he's just said, "Wow, that sucked." So he's not a happy bunny about that one. Unfortunately, T Sammy has just gone fastest as well. So I was looking down and trying to figure out what was going on with my life. It's Mike saying don't rubble in there. But of course, I got to say, to get pole position in any category of IRC, or well, it's just one category of IRC now, but having any getting pole position in IRC is no easy feat, is it? So if you do get pole position there, it's brilliant stuff indeed. And remember, there's only a handful of drivers in the entire history of IRC that have got pole position there. Those are the lucky few. And then there's even less drivers that have got a win, and even less drivers that has won the World Championship as well. So you, if you're fast as over 1 lap in IRC, you will be in a very illustrious company. Here comes Rizzle Stick said he is just coming out of Stavlo into Paul Frere as well, and that barrier on the outside of Paul Frere there is just something to really catch out the unwary, isn't it? On board the Ferrari drivers side, everyone is on the soft tyres at the moment. We've just got 5 minutes to go in this session, and look at that as the sun is bursting through into the trees as well. Isn't it lovely stuff indeed? That as I'll say, it's very unseasonal for Spa to be wet. And of course, one of my favourite all-time races to commentate on an RC was the Elite Season 2 of Belgium Grand Prix, where I think it's the only race where I've ever commentated on, and the only race I've ever known that the safety cars come out on the game because it was too wet. It was monsoon conditions, wasn't it? It was fantastic. It really was. And I've got to say, it was so action-packed. I can't remember who won the race. I'm sure it was, wasn't it Yor that won the race? I think it was, wasn't it? But it was so incredible, wasn't it? It was really good indeed then. And I've got to say, that does, and then that takes me on to one of my next favourite races in the real world of Formula 1, as Fizzy is retired from the session as well, but he's safe and sound in the pits. One of my favourite races in the real world of Formula 1 is 1998, of course. IRC also up there. Also had their best impression of the 98 collision. Of course, I think it wasn't it season 6. Oh, his foul's gone very wide there. I think season 6 there, wasn't it? We had a big old smash in IRC, didn't we? And a lot of cars retired there, didn't they? Double was a very wily old fox, wasn't he? Because he stayed because everyone was crashing, and he just picked his way through the carnage as well. And he picked up some major points that season as well. So good stuff indeed then for Double. But yeah, 98 in the actual world of Formula 1. Goodness me, we had 2 crashes, didn't we? 2 starts in heavy rain, and of course we also had that infamous moment as well where of course Schumacher went to the back of David Coulthard, didn't he, coming out of the corner with no name as well, and we also had Schumacher there barging into the McLaren garage to have it out with David Coulthard. Coulthard still had his helmet on though, so I'm not really sure what Michael was going to do there. But I got to say, Coulthard didn't look that intimidating whatsoever. But there you go. The history around this place is fantastic, isn't it? As Rizzle Six coming into the pits, then look how narrow it is coming into the pits. It's got to say it's very difficult to swing a cat around there, let alone a Formula 1 car, which I've got to say, do not swing a cat anywhere, because that is animal cruelty, of course. Then just on board with Double, then as he is back out on track there, and I wonder if he's just trying to bed in this Renault there to get himself some more points, to get himself some more time out of that Renault car. Indeed, then Gareth saying IRC United of FIFA, I heard started well. Oh, good stuff indeed. Then so yeah, I wonder RC might have a football team then going on FIFA. I got to say, I'm rubbish at FIFA. I try and play it, I'm just not very good at it. Now Double then coming through Blanchimont as well, then before coming up into the bus stop chicane. Then look at the brake disc glowing on that Renault, fantastic stuff indeed. Then this is only an outlap as well. Val then is just out on circuit at the moment, and he's on an in-lap. Doubles are starting his lap now, then we're on board with him as he comes into last source. Now accelerating away, then going over the support grid hatches. Then as you can see, we drop away slightly before. Look at that, then look how daunting that is, going up through Eau Rouge there, and you're basically looking up the sky, aren't you, when you're in the cockpit? Incredible, isn't it, how steep that Eau Rouge is? And there's a lot of fan videos out there, isn't there, of fans there like just riding signs down the Eau Rouge. That's how steep it is. It's incredible, isn't it? As just coming up there, Double is 7900 a second down his personal best at the moment. Then as he is just putting this Renault through its paces then, and seeing what the car could do on this day in history as well. Less than 2 minutes to go in this qualifying session. We're down to 12 cars then. So in qualifying 2, we will have to find 10 cars to start to get ready to go for the top 10 pole shootout, and we will have 2 drivers taking the walk of shame, unfortunately. So we've already seen 4 cars already in the hedge in this session already, unfortunately. Val has retired, but he has come into the pits then, so no need to worry about that, Val fans. He's all good then. We're just watching Double now then, as my ears are burning then, and luckily that van has gone away. And Double there is very much oh my goodness me, I thought Double was going into the scene of the accident there. If you go out wide at Paul Farrer, you just get sucked into that barrier, don't you? So Double there riding this luck and then some there, as he has got to say, that's very brave from Double, goodness me. But he wants to see what this Renault can do on single lap pace, can he? Is he going to ban this up? Is he going to carry on? He is carrying on. Double has said through the bus stop chicane, which has had a couple of version of the bus stop chicane, and in my opinion they have butchered it every single time they've tried to amend it, really. So that's very unfortunate indeed, isn't it? I prefer the original one. The second one wasn't too bad, and now this one I think is the worst version of the bus stop chicane personally, but there you go then. Yeah, I just prefer the old version really, but unfortunately you can't have it all your own way, can you? Double is the only man out on track at the moment, so he is all by himself on this beautiful circuit, and I've got to say, we've got the whole pleasure of Double there for the next minute or so, as well as he comes up to Lacombe as well. Of course, Lacombe is also famous for where Nico Rosberg and Hamilton came to blows in 2014, didn't they? As Nico hit Hamilton and punched his rear wheel, and that allowed Ricciardo to come in and win his, I think that was his 3rd race win of the season, wasn't it? After winning in Hungary and in Canada as well. Then so Ricciardo, a good race, a good season that was for Danny Rick, wasn't it? And yep, I think that was his last race win of 2014 as well. But yeah, his 3rd and final race win that season was good stuff indeed then. As a Double then is just Double then is just coming through the final sector as well. Then as he's just coming back into the pits as well. Then so as we're just now watching, so Double then coming back into the pits then, and we'll be ready for qualifying 2 in just a jiffy as well. As I got to say, then I'm really interested to see what is gonna transpire in this race tonight. We've already seen in qualifying, haven't we, of how perilous this track can be, can't we? We've seen 4 cars already having issues there. Double going for another run, then here I'm wondering if it's actually a long run from Double. We don't really see many long runs in qualifying, do we, because it's so competitive, but I think Double might have snuck ahead of the game now, actually. We do see long runs in free practice 1 and free practice 2 in the real world of Formula 1, which, by the way, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Of course, they're at Portimao, aren't they, for the Portuguese Grand Prix, and I gotta say, I'm looking forward to that track. That looks amazing, don't it? A bit like Mugello, really. I really hope it's on the game next season. Of course, I can only wish and I can only hope, but yeah, I'd love to see it on the Formula 1 game next season. Just to confirm, PB didn't set a time, nor did JJ either. He's in 16th, and Josh in 15th. We see him always on board with him as he went into the barrier quite heavily on at the top of Eau Rouge. Gaz in 13th, Mason also at the top of Eau Rouge as well, is in 13th position there. 12 cars is now going through into qualifying 2 then, and this race there is usually a race of attrition as well then. So it looks like last man standing could get the win and could get some major points here tonight as well. It's a day for the likes of Double, for the likes of Mason. Of course, Mason's a young driver, isn't he? But he did a brilliant job last time out, and I think it was the USA Grand Prix. He did a great job last time out. His best performance of his career so far, and maybe he can get some points as well. Remember, he got a point in Singapore as well. And remember how how difficult that race was indeed. Then, so this is a day for Mason, I feel, to get some points. A day for Double as well, perhaps. Then, right, we're in qualifying 2 then, and Rizzle 6 as well. I apologise for Rizzle 6 then. So hopefully the 2 Williams get themselves off the mark as well. Rizzle 6 and the 2 Williams need to score some points this weekend. I feel then to really get themselves momentum. Then I think that if they do get some points this weekend here in Belgium, it is just all going to be about their momentum, isn't it? As out of the pits there comes Double again. Now I've got to say, it's the Double show tonight, isn't it? Goodness me. And I've got to say, we're enjoying his company, and I hope you're all enjoying his company at home as well. It's great to see a lot of Double tonight, and I'm hoping I'm jinxing by saying this could be a day for Double as well. Of course, remember at IRC, I think this Belgian race is actually more or less around the same period as what it normally is with the official calendar, isn't it? But we do have a random calendar for IRC this season, don't we? And Belgium, I think, is round 14 in the official calendar, but we're on round 13 tonight. But coming up next week, I gotta say, fasten your seatbelts, everyone. It's the second. We got the longest track here tonight, and I think to next week it's the second longest track then, which is the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And really looking forward to that one indeed then. But of course, that is next week. This is this week, and we should be thinking about the here and now, as Steps was saying. I would start to bring out into song, but I got a bit of a throat thing coming out. I don't think it's anything too major, but you can never tell these days in history. But I think it's just me just yapping away and eating all kinds of crap and fizzy drink now, which apparently is bad for you. But oh well, there you go. I'm never going to change who I am. I'm now 31 years old. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, can you? And I think everyone's give up with me, definitely. We're just watching Double then, who's just about to start as well. Everyone is out on circuit apart from the world champion and the championship leader, Maxi and T Sammy. Interesting 7D then. We're back on board with Double. If anyone's in the comments then and would like to share their favourite Belgian Grand Prix memory, I am all ears then. I've already listed the 98 Belgian Grand Prix, but I'd love to hear what is your favourite part of that race then. Was it Damon Hill's that last F1 win? Now I think it was his 22nd and last win, wasn't it, if I'm not very much mistaken? And of course it was Jordan's first race win. Not only that, they got a 1-2, a bit like Sauber as well in 2008, or should I say the BMW Sauber, when they got a 1-2 in the Canadian Grand Prix, where Robert Kubica won his first and only Grand Prix. At the time, I was expecting, and a lot of other people probably were expecting as well, Robert Kubica to go on and just really become a championship contender and winning multiple races. Unfortunately, history is not favourable for Robert Kubica, especially when you hear that there's a lot of rumours going around that Kubica was signed for 2012, wasn't he, for the Ferrari team, but It's such a shame when you hear stuff like that, isn't it? But that's a shame. Then Double is the only man on track at the moment. Then on the quick lap where he was there, but Timmy's now on circuit. So is Val, and so is Steve, and Asdog as well. They're all on medium tyres. Then as we got a Renault facing the wrong way. No, we haven't got Renault having a problem there. Late come there, and that is Hog. Then his teammate will carry on. His teammates. He's coming through Campson now. We got Rizzle Sticks and Hog who are on soft tyres. Doubles on soft tyres. Right, everyone else on the medium tyre here. Then. Question about strategy around here. I gotta say, strategy could potentially be up in the area, couldn't it? Maybe a one-stopper, soft to hard, soft to medium, medium to soft, perhaps. Or is someone going to roll the dice and go for a very long, hard tyre run then, and throw on a set of medium tyres towards the end then? Who knows in this game then? That's what I love about. IRC is because really anything can happen in terms of strategy, can it? And of course, safety cars is quite a I gotta say it's quite a high factor around here. Then Double does a 44.9 then to set us off the mark. Then in terms of times, here comes Timmy. He is on pole position twice in his career so far. He's at a 43.5 so far. Lovely stuff indeed then as well. Here comes Val coming out of Blanchimont now into the bus stop chicane then, and you can see he's out of deployment, isn't he? Of course, taking a more of a cute angle then. So the second part, he did get spit out a bit wide then. DRS right on the money. He goes second fast at the moment. He's about 6/10 of a second away from Timmy at this moment in time then. We've just had Rizzle Sticks. No, as Maxie's just started us up. So we've got Steve going second fast moment. That shows how competitive Timmy is tonight. Asdog, strong performance last time out. And Rizzle Sticks goes fastest there on those soft tyres than Rizzle Sticks is. And that's going to be really throw a it's going to be a thorn in the side of one of these drivers tonight, isn't it? I think. Lovely stuff indeed there. I love it. What's Sprint doing? Well, he's just coming out of Paul Fair into Blanchimont as well. Matt has gone across the line. He is full fast mode. That is a Sprint's teammate and yellow flag in set 1. You got to keep your eyes peeled. Fizzy's gone second fast mode, a whisker away from Rizzle Sticks, who is the benchmark in this qualifying session at the moment. Sprint out the final turn, and T Sam is still in the pits, and Hog is still in the pits as well. No, Sprint is it. He goes 8 fast at the moment there for Sprint. He might be a bit disappointed about that there to be so far behind. The old flags there. The most perilous turn in the championship, I think, is a Radion at the moment, isn't it? You normally see someone in the hedge at that point, don't you? So hopefully we don't see anyone else in the hedge. On board the championship leader Maxi. I got to say, Max was on a bit of a dry spell, wasn't he? He hadn't won since where is it? Abu Dhabi. That's the one. Since Abu Dhabi in round 6, and then they finally won last time out in America, and he's back on form there. But he's had 5 pole positions, 5 race wins, 8 podiums this season, and 3 and of course he had 3 fast laps as well. I don't think he's had a DNF this season at all. No, he hasn't at all. When he has started a race, he has finished in the points more often than not, and the lowest position he finished was actually at Vietnam, when I think he finished 6th there. Yeah, it was 6th, and incredible stuff from Maxi. That's why he leading the championship. He showed flashes of brilliance last season, didn't he? But he just seemed to have a couple of issues here and there, didn't he, really? But this season he's really that season was more of a building block for this incredible season so far from Maxi, and I got to say, I think his competitors do not want that to continue, do they? On board then, so with Maxi, we've got a Ferrari 1-2 at the moment. Goodness me, we haven't had that all season, have we? It's great to see Rizzle Sticks up there as well, as he is cruising back to the pits. Rizzle Sticks there would love to get some points winning at this stage of the championship as well. And I think that we're all going to be supporting Rizzle Sticks as well. We're on board there with Hog as he's coming through Puyol at the moment then. And accelerating out as well. Yeah, just carrying on then with my natter then. Yeah, so yeah, the Belgian Grand Prix has been a staple, hasn't it? Part of the calendar. Apart from it was missing off the calendar in 2003 and 6, which I was very disappointed with, really. And that was when they was making their adjustments to the circuit, weren't they, really? And the bus stop chicane and the pit entry was one of their major ambitions there. Unfortunately, as I've already mentioned, and I'm quite upset about it, they've made it a lot worse, haven't they? 10 cars are in the pits at the moment. Only 2 are on circuit, so I think Hog has got the whole circuit to himself here. He needs to get a move on though, because it's such a long circuit to get around. He's had a really tough entry and exit out of a bus stop there, hasn't he? He's going to compromise his exit and compromise his speed there, going over the start finish line every 10th, every 100th, every 1000th of a second, albeit this 7 kilometer long circuit. But even so, then you have to look at even if it is a 7 kilometer circuit, you have to make sure you hit every braking point and get on the accelerator as quickly as you can there, as I'll go over early on there. And goes, look at 7 kilometer long circuit, but still, look at that. A 43.3, a 43.4, 43.5, 43.5, 43.6. That is the top 5. And they're all 3/10 of a second away from each other. It's so incredibly close, isn't it? At the top of the standings. It's absolutely brilliant indeed. I'm loving it. It's very much nip and tuck, isn't it? Hog then at the moment is the only man on circuit. We're on board with Hog now then. I think he's had a very good season, Hog has, personally. He's gone into the barrier now. Has he damaged the wing then? Just have a look now then. That's an end plate gone. It is an end plate gone there. These wings are so strong you can stand on these wings, but unfortunately, it's with the velocity and what is going on the car, the energy on the cars is just absolutely incredible, isn't it? And that's why a little bit of a kiss there on the barrier, and you damage the end plate. It comes off there with just a bit of a flicker, doesn't it? And goodness me, and his Hog there is coming out of poor Frere as well. I got a bit of muffin on my iPad there. It's not an iPad, off my tablet there. Oh, goodness me. There we go. It's gone now. Forever. Mike said, I think just one race double should have a pole. He is a consistent racer. For once, it would be nice to give everything give everyone one quality bum there. And I got to say, I think that's a great idea, to be honest, isn't it? I got double has started this season on the back burner, hasn't he? As we already mentioned, he's really struggled to get all the time on track, hasn't he? I feel that he's now got speed. You can tell he's got speed in the last couple of races, double has, hasn't he? He started scoring some points now for the Renault team. He scored in Japan and he scored in USA as well. If he scores here, that'll be free on the bounce as well. And he had some very consistent races in Vietnam and Singapore as well. So yeah, he's getting back on it now, Double is, and hopefully now he can really start to rev up his season as well. Then on board Timmy at the moment. Then so Timmy of course was on pole position in the Japanese Grand Prix as well. Timmy wasn't, so can I get another pole position here tonight as well? That was his second pole position of his career. He had his first one was back in Canada in season 6, I think it was. Anyway, these seasons go by way too quick for me. I really struggle to keep up there. Good gosh indeed. Then as we're just watching Timmy there, just about to start his lap, and he's on the bike straight, actually, just coming into the final part of the course as well. Then here we go then, as Johnny Cotts has just put a comment in the YouTube. Thanks, Johnny, for your contribution. Unfortunately, I can't even read English at most times, so I might struggle with that. But if you could abbreviate that for me, that would be good as well. Maybe I should use the old Google Translate as well. But unfortunately, I'm a bit too. I'm not very. Let's just say I'll probably break my phone and won't be able to get the stream back up. Timmy there's just crossed the line as well. Here we go then. We're on board, Timmy. He is now gone on to the soft compound tyres. Why is that? I hear you asking in the comments there, and whoever else is watching around the world. It's because if you get into qualifying 3, you must start on the tyres which you set your fastest time on. So at this moment in time, you've got a yellow flag there, out of Blanchemont by the looks. If you get into qualifying 3, you must start on the tyre which you set your fastest time on. So Timmy probably wants to start on the medium tyres, and therefore he probably is in a bit of the danger zone there. So he's gone to the soft tyres. Track position is key, isn't it? It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you're in Azerbaijan, whether you're in Monza, or whether you're in Suzuka. All that matters is probably track position. The higher up in the grid you are, the better chance you have of winning the race or getting on the podium. And I'm sure that Timmy has got both of those thoughts in mind there. Race win or at least a podium there for Timmy in the McLaren as well then. Johnny Cott said, hi Sean. Hello Johnny, I hope you're well tonight, and I'd love to hear who you're supporting, but I have a feeling I may know the answer. And he's currently in 12th position moment, and he's finally come out on track as well, and that is T. Sammy, the world champion, isn't it? And of course we're on board then with Timmy then, as he is just coming out of camps as well, before into Stavolo as well then. Lovely helmet here from Timmy tonight. It's 3/10 of a second down to me. It's interesting then. I'm wondering then, well, he's got 3 minutes to go then. He could come back in the pits there and sneak back out now if he really wants to, but yeah, interesting stuff there from Timmy there. Just didn't have a very good second sector, and I really should have been paying more attention, really, should I? But So, Dime, your commentator, I'm meant to inform you, but I really don't know why he is 3/10 of a second down there, but he's going to go for another bite of cherry now, isn't he? So here we go then, Timmy coming across the line and having another go then. So we have got everyone else in the pits. There are 2.5 minutes to go. Apart from Sprint, apart from T7 into last source set, we've had some incredible action down there over the years, haven't we? As we've had the 2012 frightening shunt there between Roman Grosjean and the rest of the protagonists. I think Lewis Hamilton with Kobayashi involved as well. Both Saubers got caught up in it when they were second and fourth, I think, on the grid, wasn't they? I think we had Maldonado jumping the start as well. It was quite a chaotic incident, wasn't it? Timmy there is not using the DRS there, is he? So Timmy there is not really lighting the world, is not setting the world alight on this lap, is he? So we're going to leave Timmy to it for a minute. So I think he's just trying to find his bearings, isn't he? So we'll give him a couple of minutes. Timmy, and then we'll be back out on it there as well. Rizsticks has retired from the session. He's one and done there for Rizsticks. He's fairly happy with his time lap out there. There is a lot of big guns that still need to set a time. I feel we're just watching T7 as he comes out of last source. As Max is both Ferraris are retired from the session and they're currently the fastest about it. So we're on board then with T7, the world champion as well then, as he comes up through Eau Rouge as well then. Lovely stuff indeed there for T-Sammy. And of course the signature lime green helmet as well there for the champion on the Kenmore straight as well in car, that looks like car 7 to me, but that can't be, can it? Because I think that'll be Kimi Räikkönen's car as well as he comes down into late comments. There's a car in front of us. It's Alston, and that's his teammate. Oh my word there. That was a whisker away, and I just smashed myself in the nose. I was so excited, and I hope I haven't ruined my good looks for that. But T-Sammy there, really close to Alston there. As Alston, he's out of qualifying, Alston is, and so I'm wondering if that was his AI there, just trying to get out of the way. But goodness me, that was a very much slim pickings there, wasn't it? Goodness me, it was so tight. T-Sammy there, let's see how he progresses on with this lap then as well, and he's coming over the curb as well then through Stavolo as well. There's a car in front of us. That is a Mercedes driver. I think it's one of the Mercedes drivers. Then we've got a Haas in the facility as well. We're keeping on, and there he is, and I think that looks like Fizzy to me then, but I could be wrong, which I am more often than not then. And nowadays he's coming through Blanchimont as well then. Now rising up into the bus stop as well then. Braking down then to around 50 miles an hour there. Now before accelerating back on the power. Lovely jubbly indeed. The DRS right on the money. He comes across the line, and T-Sammy is fastest in this qualifying 2 session. That should be done and dusted there. One lap. One time run, he is through, and that should be enough. Who isn't through at the moment is this man here. We're on board of him right now, and that is a sprint then. Alsdog is very much really struggling as well. Double is 12 fastest, and that's it. He is done. Unfortunately, double is so he's going to be 12 So I think Alsdog is going to be sweating, isn't he? He could be in major trouble here with Val and Sprint, both out on circuit then as well. We've only got Matt, Val, and Sprint now just out on time laps at the moment. Here comes Sprint now, come through the bus stop chicane then. He needs to improve by at least 0.2 of a second. He improves more than that though. He's third fastest, level 17. Here comes Val flying by me, and there is Matt as well. Is also just in the foreground. There he is, and flying through a Blanchimont as well, coming up into the bus stop chicane then, dropping down then once again to 50 miles an hour. And he's in the pits, so Matt is abandoned that. Val can't, because he is out of qualifying as it stands at the moment then. He comes out the final turn. He is through by quite a big margin. So good stuff indeed there, unfortunately, and good stuff for Asdog and Double, who do share the 6th row as well, don't they? Asdog and Double do. They're on row 6 there. Asdog gets to choose whatever tyres that he wants to start on as well then. So would that be quite a critical moment in this race then? We'll find out when the race comes in just about under 15 minutes time as well, as Val is just enjoying himself there as he is just coming back into the pits as well. So Val and Sprint then are third and fourth mode. Hats off to Rizsticks as well. He did that time such a long time ago as well, Rizsticks. It's very impressive stuff indeed there from the Ferrari driver. Goodness me, then he's got some speed around here. Can that speed be delivered into a top 10 performance, which would get him on the which would get him in the points as well, which would be a very good thing indeed, wouldn't it? Out of qualifying then is Double. He is 12, and then Fez Asdog as well. Then I think Asdog, who did one time run then, and that was on the medium tyres, into qualifying 3. then we have got 5 drivers on the soft tires, 5 drivers on the medium tires. Well, I'm loving it. That's going to be a very interesting stuff indeed then, of course. So it's very much half house, isn't it? 5 drivers on soft, 5 drivers on medium. I'm loving that. Sorry, I'm just wetting my whistle. I should have had that muffin. It's really dried my throat out. But I'm not very good with the temptation stuff. If I see anything, I have to eat it. So there we go. Yeah, if it's out of arm's reach, it's all right because I'm just too lazy to get off my rear end. But if it's like within reach, then that's it. I'm gone. Anyway, then so we're now into qualifying 3. Got 12 minutes for qualifying 3 as well, and. It's still a lovely sunny day out there, which I've got to say is very unusual in Spa. So, of course, we've had so many wet races over the years as well. Another wet race, which I was quite fond of, really, was the 97 wet race as well. Of course, Schumacher, once again, it's synonymous with wet weather, isn't he? I think if you think about Michael Schumacher, think about that rain, that incredible masterclass in Spain, 1996. That was incredible, wasn't it? My goodness me. That Ferrari looked awful in the dry in Spain, but in the wet, it was completely different. He was a second quicker than anyone else there, and at times there, I think I heard Murray Walker say it was at least 3 seconds quicker, and that is incredible. The man who was really absolutely dominated that season up until that point at the Spanish Grand Prix, Damon Hill, was nowhere. He had 3 spins, and the last one really put him into the inside wall out of turn number 16 back then, I think it was, because I think it was a 16-turn circuit. No, I think it was a 14-turn circuit, actually, wasn't it? Goodness me. Yeah, I think it's a 14-turn circuit, so... unfortunately, Damon was in the inside bar there, which is unfortunate. But going back to Belgium, I think that there's been some cracking race over there as well. 2000 was a good race as well, wasn't it? Because I think it started off damp, wasn't it? And who can forget that? Of course, the overtake of the century, isn't it? The best overtake in Formula 1 were Hakkinen and Schumacher at the top of the hill, out of the Kemmel Straight into Lecom. And poor old Ricardo Zonta was just in the middle. He didn't have nowhere to go, did he? Unfortunately for Ricardo Zonta. But yeah, and of course, Hakkinen won that race as well to really light a fire under his championship charge then, but ultimately he did come up short in the Japanese Grand Prix in a couple of races time there, as Michael Schumacher claimed the Ferrari's first drivers at championship in 21 years, didn't he? Fantastic, that was really good stuff indeed there. Matt, who is coming up quite quickly behind us, and then he's not interested in holding back, is he? He just wants to get on it like a car bonnet, doesn't he? But Steve Farr is the head of the train, isn't he? He doesn't want to be impeded by anyone, does he? So I think he's not going to want Matt to be in front. And now Matt is dropped off, coming out of Paul Farr as well. Everyone is on circuit apart from Val. Then I wonder if Val has used up an extra set of tires, which he was out quite late in qualifying number 2. So that might be the reason why he's not out now. Then no strategy calls in this one. It's all about going as quickly as you can. Then pedal to the metal, flat out. Then for this incredible ride then. 7 kilometres around this beautiful circuit in the Ardennes Forest. This is Spa. This is round 13. This is IRC. And this is Steeden, the man who is third in the World Championship. Car 45. Our last source as well then. Accelerates away. Dropping downhill before that. A fearsome Eau Rouge. And then going up through Radion. So look at it. That's a beautiful corner, isn't it? And I've got to say, I do hope they do take off a lot of downforce on these cars to make corners like that much more monstrous there, isn't it? It's too easy now, isn't it, just to put your foot down there and go flat out. I think that they should really drop the downforce on these cars, but that's just me as well. But then again, it would be a lot harder though, wouldn't it, to overtake perhaps. Steve there is 29.9 there in the first intermediate split time. The track is broken up into 3 sectors like it is every other circuit. Lecom then, of course, in between Paul Frere and Stavolo. We'll show you where that is in a minute. And of course, the finish line as well. Matt is in the whisker in the distance there, just coming out the corner with no name. Here comes Puyong in there as well. Fantastic stuff indeed there. I keep thinking I'm saying Puyong wrong now, which I probably am there. At least I said Puyol, yeah, because that's usually what I call it halfway through the race then. So keep an eye out for that one if you want to play commentary bingo. As I seem to replace that corner there with the famous Spanish captain, Carlos Puyol there, which he's retired from football now as well. Which is a shame, really, isn't it? Because you start off watching these great footballers there, and you just feel like you're getting old. I feel very old now because the likes of Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard are now managing clubs. Goodness me, yeah. So, oh gosh, I wish I'm going to get some grey hair in my happy trial for probably tomorrow. Anyway, Steve coming out of the bus stop chicane. Then let's see what he can do. Then he accelerates away, then gets on the power. Steve said, I got to say that car is planted. He is fast at the moment. Now here comes Matt coming across the line. And Matt goes second fastest, only he's 4 tenths of a second away then. Sprinting then, instead of 43.3 there, he is 3 tenths of a second away from his teammate. And I think he'll be a bit disappointed that Maxi is fastest though, and he has thrown the gauntlet down quite incredibly. A 42.3 there for Maxi. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Timmy has gone 4th fastest over there. He was looking quite quick up until that point now. So something's gone wrong there for Timmy, I believe. Here comes Fizzy out of the final turn as well. And let's see then. Is he going to fit? He's 5th fastest over there. Sprint is 6th fastest there. And I think we just had a glimmer of sprint there just a minute ago. T7 there. One running qualifying 2. He threw himself right there. And he is, he's 3 tenths of a second away from maximum. But once again, the top 3 in the World Championship are also the top 3 in the classification. It's how incredibly competitive these guys are. Rizzlestick's in the pits there. He's 9th fastest at the moment now. He hasn't set a time then, so he's going to have to come in the pits there and get himself sorted out then. Might have to have a word of himself. Val is a 10th of a second down on Steve then as he is coming through the first sector as well. We're on board then with the beautiful black Mercedes then, as of course there as they changed the colours for the Black Lives Matter movement, didn't they? And they've also done it for the Formula E cars as well. And Formula E, I think, is actually returning in January, isn't it? Which I really should be talking about Formula E, should I? As of course there's meant to be a big old competition there between Formula 1 and Formula E, but there you go then. Also another bit of sad news today is unfortunately, well, it depends on your point of view really, both the Haas drivers seem to be being released at the end of the season, don't they? As both Roman Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen will be released from their well, we're not going to be signed up for another season in the Haas, which is a shame, isn't it really? Grosjean was a very quick driver, wasn't he, in his day? I know that he does have a lot of critics about his driving, but remember in 2013 there, he ran versus Sebastian Vettel and Mark Webber all the way in that Japanese Grand Prix. He was a brilliant racer as well, and Grosjean has had faster brilliance as well. Remember Valencia 2012, the way that race was running, he could have won that race as well, but unfortunately an alternator failure really cost him and his Lotus team major in that race there. I think Grosjean was running as high as second position there. Here comes Falcon across the line. He is 8th fast at the moment. The second Mercedes driver there is just starting us up again, and I think Fizzy is, or did he just do a run? Possibly. There you go. That is once again and showing that how great time at keeping on what's going on there. Lol. So then that's the end of the first round of times. Then Hogg is on and out at the moment, and here it is. And Maxi is currently on pole position. That'll be his 6th pole position of the season. He's written that this is who would be the 13th round as well. So just under, I should say, half success rate. Impressive stuff indeed there from the championship leader. T-Tommy is 2nd, and C is 3rd. Top 3 in this session. Top 3 in the World Championship. 4th position is Tim at the moment. Matt in 5th position. Fizzy 6th, Sprint 7th, and Val 8th position. Hogg is on and out at the moment. Rizzlesticks is currently in the pits then. And then Hogg is just getting himself warmed up as well. And I'm wondering what the weather's going to be like in the race there, of course. I am banging on about the weather. And by the way, it's meant to be raining in Portugal on Sunday as well, at Portimao. But I'm still waiting for that rain to come from Hungary. In round 3 there was such a long time ago as well. I do get excited about the weather in Formula 1, but I always seem to be looking up at the sky, not really focusing on the race there. I might have to get out of the back of my mind there, because rain just seems to never happen on race day, does it, in Formula 1, which is maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing. It's your judgment, really. I'd love to see a bit of weather, but having said that, I'm really interested. I'm really looking forward to the Portuguese Grand Prix. It looks like a fascinating track. It really does. I'm a bit new to the Portuguese circuit, and because I don't think I've seen many races around. I don't think I've seen any races at all around there, to be honest. Trying to cast my mind back, but it looks like an incredibly interesting circuit, doesn't it? So I'm really looking forward to that one on Sunday. Now, with the first time in almost a quarter of a century, is Hogg there taking liberties there at the top of Lake Om there. It's the first time in almost a quarter of a century since F1 was racing in Portugal. Last race was in 1996, and it was Jacques Villeneuve that won the race. I didn't win, and we're on the outside of the final turn of Michael Schumacher as well. It was a great move there, wasn't it? I've got to say, very brave from Jacques Villeneuve. And of course, what do you expect there from the son of the great Gilles Villeneuve as well? And of course, you can't really you cannot speak very highly enough of Gilles Villeneuve, can you? I think he was a cracking racer and was taken away from us far too soon there, wasn't he? And in only a short F1 stay, he really put an integral mark on Formula 1, didn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed there from Gilles Villeneuve. As we're just watching Hogg, Dennis, he is coming out of Port Ferdinand, and now he's coming out to Blanchemont as well. And look at that beautiful sunny day here in the Ardennes Forest. And through Blanchimont as well. Then, of course, Verstappen had a mighty move, didn't he, on the outside of someone in 2015. I can't remember who it was, though. Someone can enlighten me in the comments. That'll be fantastic. Anyways, Hogg there has gone very wide out of the bus stop chicane there. Is that going to hurt his performance? Right, 7 fastest on the 7 fastest there on the track at the moment. Good stuff indeed there. And that's a there we go indeed then. So the lovely stuff there. As he is now in 10th position as well. Back on board then with with Russell 6, who hasn't set a time just yet, has he? No, apologies guys, I don't know why we lost our stream on the Facebook there, but there we go. I had a disconnection error there, which was a bit scary. But anyway, we're back here watching the Ferrari, and away we go as well. And so we've got Hogg then, who's just finished us up. So I think Russell 6 is going to be the first man to start his up, and I'm not very much mistaken. I think I am indeed. It is the world champion that starts first, and it is T Savvy then, as he goes into last floors as well and accelerates away. Now then, there's 2 minutes to go in this session then. So T-Sammy has potential for 2-time runs here. Let's see if he has fueled up the car long enough. But the more you fuel up the car, the more you're going to have to lug around this long circuit, this 7-kilometer long circuit. And of course, and that just makes you go slow. That loses you time there. And you can't, and he's already 3 tenths of a second away from his championship rival Maxi at this stage of the season at the moment. And remember, he is 28 points behind him in the World Championship as well. It's round 13 out of 22. We've still got 9 rounds to go. Then there's a lot of pointage still up for grabs, but you cannot you can't take anything for granted in this game then. And we're on board with T-Sammy as well, and he's coming into the corner with no name. But the more that gap gets higher, the more that gap gets bigger and bigger, the more difficult it is for T-Sammy, and of course Steve as well, who's also out on circuit. Lovely shot indeed there coming from Puyol. Now it was just a motor and not a beautiful high camera angle there. Fantastic, wasn't it? And it's great to see the Greek driver T-Sammy there, hard at work, hard hacksawing away at the wheel there, or lack of hacksawing away there. I've got to say, so smooth T-Sammy is, isn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed then. He is 2 seconds down there, the second intermediate split time. So we're going to leave T-Sammy 2 at the moment. And we're on board with Russell 6 there, as he is kind of behind T-Sammy. You might be able to pinch a slipstream here, but he doesn't want that. He doesn't want to be too close. So I'm going into the bus stop chicane, does he? And let's see what he can do as well as he comes up to the bus stop chicane. As now breaking down then. Oh, so T-Sammy there. I think he's gone. Oh, no, and he's gone into T-Sammy. T-Sammy was trying to he was just trying to back off and get his time in there, but Drizzle Sticks there has gone into the back of him, and I don't think T-Sammy was watching his mirrors or all the track map, and that is not good at all, is it? And Drizzle Sticks, I think, has a right to be furious there, doesn't he? He is going to be absolutely furious in the car. And Drizzle Sticks, that is his one, and unfortunately, because he damaged the car as well, he wasn't able to get another time run in as well. So Drizzle Sticks is going to be very unhappy about that, and that's a big shame, isn't it, for Drizzle Sticks getting into qualifying in free with such velocity, and unfortunately because of that he hasn't going to be able to set another time. Hogg is also finished his qualifying session as well, so T-Sammy might be sweating there, as the stewards are going to probably have to take a look at that, unfortunately, because that has cost another driver from getting another run in. Then Timmy has gone second fast, and that's more like it from the 2-time pole sitter. Fantastic time there from Timmy, and that's really impressive stuff indeed. That Val is in the Campus now, or Campos I should say. I can't even get it right, can I? Now is Fizzy there is coming up into the bus stop chicane, and car 21 in the Mercedes head, and navigating his way around beautifully as well. Steve has had a problem. In the second intermediate split time. He might be fourth here. Fizzy is just improved by less than a tenth for a second there, but that is enough to come into fifth fast as well. Beautiful stuff indeed. That here comes Val as he's coming out to the final quarter as well, into the bus stop chicane. And here the left, the right, PB is the right to the left. PB is out of qualifying now. I blame PB. Look at those pit boards that are coming out. As Val is gone at 7 fast away. What about the Ferrari? And it's Max who's on pole position. Max jumped up to second. World performance there from that. And Timmy down third. Max and T-Sammy is on pole position there. And that is an incredible lap there from T-Sammy. He was 3 tenths of a second down in his first run, but his second run, my goodness me, it was monstrous. Steve had problems in the second intermediate split time. He is only going to be third on the third round of the grid. He is only going to be 6, isn't he? So that's going to be more time than Steve's going to have to make up. But it's T-Sammy, pole position then for the Belgium Grand Prix. Right then, as I gather my forks together, as I dust myself down, get me mic, blow off the dust off the mic, and let's get going, shall we? So then, we've got less than a tenth of a second separates the two championship protagonists. Incredible stuff, isn't it? Matt, what a lap there! That came out of nowhere. He pulled out the back there. He is third fastest. Timmy, who has been threatening the top pretenders for all the season, session I say in fourth position, sprint fifth, and Steve down in sixth position. So Mercedes at fourth row then, and this is looking very juicy going into the race as well then. And I gotta say, it's gonna be very good, isn't it? I'm looking forward to this one. Of course, Belgium is usually full of incidents, full of accidents, full of drama, full of excitement, and I'm expecting nothing less than as well here tonight then. As the cars are out on track there as well. This is going to get very frightfully good indeed. Let me adjust my headset because I feel that I'm going to be flailing around there because it's going to get too exciting for me to sit still then. I all buckle up everyone because this is going to be a great one indeed then. So here we go then. This is going to be fantastic indeed then. Right then, as we are now just waiting for the drivers to get themselves sorted, and we'll be off for the formation lap. 22 laps around this circuit. There's not a lot of laps around here because it is such a long circuit, isn't it? But this race does fly by, doesn't it? It is a quick. The average speed around here is so quick. Then it's not going to be like the Singapore race where he was nudging on almost an hour. So so this is going to be quick then. Jan saying, let's race, guys, and have lots of fun then as well, with a lot of exclamation marks, and I couldn't disagree with anyone less then. It's going to be good then. So the lights are on then. This is a formation lap, I remind you. The pit stop prediction there is two stops there, two soft tires to the medium tires for the final two stints there. It'd be interesting to see if anyone does a two stop there, unless there's a safety car. There might be a safety car, I suppose, but I'm not really too sure on that. Only one driver started on the hard tire. That is Asdok. He is throwing the dice then. Asdog he's had a bit of a horrific season from his standards, isn't it? He's usually a driver at the top of his game there, at the top of the formula, usually at the top of the standings as well, in terms of getting times there, in terms of getting wins there and podiums there. But unfortunately, Asdog this season, he has only had. He hasn't had no podiums at all, actually, which I'm quite surprised by. I thought he was close in USA, wasn't he? He finished fourth in the end, didn't he? And for us, so that's unfortunate. Anyway, let's go for the grid show from front to back then. Soft tires for T. Sammy, so he is going to have the tyre advance at this stage of proceedings. Then Maxi is on the medium tires. Medium tires for Matt as well. Then we got Timmy in fourth position. Fifth position is Sprint. Steve down in sixth position then, but he's on the medium tires. Fizzy in seventh with Val in eighth position. Mercedes is split their strategy. Interesting stuff. Hog in 9th position then, and 10th position is Rizzles as well. Unfortunately, he got peded by T. Sammy in the bus stop chicane there, so that is a shame now for Rizzles. Asdog, as we already mentioned, on the hard tires in 11th position. Double medium tires in 12th position. Mason is gone for an aggressive strategy in 13th position there. 14th position is Gaz. He is on the medium tires. Josh, aggressive strategy on the Williams in 15th position. JJ's gone more conservative in 16th position, and PB, who's a bit of a ghost of the boat, is 17th at the moment on the soft tires. 22 laps around this historic Grand Prix. Keep an eye out, guys. And there's going to be a lot of action, isn't there? I gotta say, who's going to be the dark horse in this race? Double is definitely going to be in the frame, isn't it? What about the two Williams guys as well? They need to get points there. Rizzlesticks also needs to get some points as well. That has to be the aim for them today there. And what about Gaz as well there? One of the new members to the IRC fund, isn't this be his fourth race start as well? I wonder how his butterflies going to be. Are they going to be the size of eagles as he goes into his fourth race start as well then? And keep an eye out for, as I've already mentioned, that double, but also Mason as well. We've had a lot of incidents over the years, haven't we? Especially down to last source 2018. Fernando Alonso went over the top of Charles Leclerc, and luckily the halo was on that season, wasn't it? And it really saved Charles Leclerc, didn't it, from being injured. 2012, we already mentioned that, didn't we, where Roman Grosjean took out Hamilton, Alonso, and I'm sure it's Kobayashi as well, and I think the other Sauber is also compromised quite heavily as well. Sergio Perez said a lot of incidents down into last source then, so keep an eye out. And there's also a drag race going up into Lake Calm as well then. So turn one is not usually the problem. It's up into Lake Calm then. Maybe pole position is not the best position to be on there with a lot of slipstream to go then. PB is still a ghost at the moment. He needs to get in his car pronto. Otherwise he is going to be missing the race, isn't he? JJ then is in at 16th position as well then. Here we go then. 17 cars then around this historic race then. As we're just waiting for the lights, we're waiting for PB then to line out. Here he is on 17th on the grid then, and of course that yellow line just shows where the cars need to stop then. And lovely shot there of Maxi. Now there he is, the championship leader, and he is focused. He has just got eyes forward, hasn't he? He is just waiting for those lights, and there they are. We have 4, we have 5, and we are going Spa. No, and it's a good start for T. Sammy there. He's kept his advantage. Sprinters up into 4-4 already. Fantastic. Look at that. And there's a Mercedes. That's a Renault joiner got on the inside as well. Matt is battling with Maxi, isn't he? As we got a couple of cars being pushed out the exit there. Luckily, there's no barrier there anymore. So as we now come over to Rouge and Radio, Maxi is slightly behind his championship protagonist. And as they come through then, let's see. Are they all through? They are all through safely at this stage of proceedings. And we're going to be seeing a lot of slipstream as well as they come up into Lakecombe. And look at this, that yellow flag said, there was the yellow flag said, but there's yellow flag to the back there with a virtual safety car, and Double has got a 5-second penalty. That's a completely wigless Ferrari. It is Rizzo is having an awful time at the moment, isn't it? Oh dear, Double I think he's got damage there as well, but Rizzo Sticks has got lost his whole front wing there. It's all gone off there. No, that is not good at all. Rizzo Sticks said no nose cone on that Ferrari. PB is back in the session as well. Lovely stuff indeed there. So the virtual safety car is going to neutralise the race then, so everyone has to adhere to a delta. They have to go virtually the same speed then, and decrease it by 40% then of not anymore, because we're back racing then, and here we go again then. So that virtual safety car really helped T. Sammy, because Maxi was really bearing down. And once again, the two Alpha Tauris of Matt and Sprint in 3rd and 4th position there are doing a very good job. Timmy's on the pole start, and he's really dropping down the order, isn't he? And we've got yellow flag to the back there because Double and JJ, I think, have come to blows there slightly. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not looking too good for the bottom 3 at the moment there. And a yellow flag again there is that we got Gas is off the circuit there, coming out of campus there. Oh goodness me there, and now is JJ they're just trying to take a void action as well. Timmy is dropping down the order. Timmy has dropped down a couple positions already on the opening start of this race as well. Take a look at the big winners and losers. Timmy has dropped down 3 positions. That is not a good start at all for the McLaren driver, is it? Up 4 is Josh. Once again, Josh showing his prowess at the start there. PB also keeping out of trouble as well. Sprint up 1 position. Fizzy up 2 positions as well then. Lap 1 completed then. And the gap is quite minuscule at the moment. DRS will be available at the end of this lap. DRS is the rear wing, the drag reduction system. And Mason's in the pits as well, and so it's a bit of a horror show, isn't it, in the mid part of the field then. Now look at that as they come through Radio as well. Look at those cars that are streaming behind him as well. I think we need to keep an eye on Hog then, because Val is a ghost at the moment then, so I'm not even sure where Val is, but I think he might be just in front of Hog. There he is as well, and it's all going off here at the moment then, isn't it? So I have no idea what's going on. As we come to Lakecombe then, as that Hog is on the inside of Val, but nothing is being done just yet then. And now the classification there just worms its way back out as well. Lovely stuff indeed then. So then it's go back to the front end. So Maxi at the moment there is it's still 8 seconds away at the moment. You have to be within 1 second of the car in front then to get the DRS. And of course that is the rear wing that opens, and that reduces drag, which makes the cars a lot quicker down the Kenmore straight, and also in the short straight into turn 1 as well then. So that is what DRS is, if anyone new is watching here tonight, and I hope you're enjoying the stream as well there. And of course that is a fantastic race to watch, isn't it? The best race track in the world, and Rizzle Sticks is out of the race then. And look at this, as Hog has had to take a base of action there, and because of that there, he has damaged the car. And a virtual safety car again then. Hog has gone at the top of oh my goodness me. Hog has got no damage on that wing at all. They make him very strong in end stone, don't they? Good gosh. Yeah, Rizzle Sticks is off at the top of Radio on there. And Rizzle Sticks, the last couple of laps around here was a horror show, wasn't he? He did so well in qualifying. He is out of the race there before he's even completed the second lap around here. And he also had issues there, damaging the wing on the back of T. Sammy as well. Then. So Rizzle Sticks there is going to be feeling slightly aggrieved, I think, with the way that this event's gone then. So virtual safety car should once again nullify the race at the moment then. So of course no one should expect to get any gains as such then, as the marshals are trying to clear up the wreckage. Rizzle Sticks is gone. He is the first retiree in this race as well. And so that's such a shame for Rizzle Sticks, isn't it? And once again he hasn't scored any more points. We're back racing then here in Belgium then, as they got a yellow flag in a free then. It's one of I think it's JJ that is just recovering. PB is up to 12th position now, looking strong there for PB, and goodness me, Hog there's all over the back of Josh, and Josh there, oh, he didn't see him, he's on the grass, there, impressive stuff indeed. Then Fizzy has got past Sprint there, got up into lane calm as well, but we're keeping an eye on Hog then. Is he going to get through? No, Josh defending his line then beautifully well indeed. Then Fizzy is on a mission tonight, he is on to fourth position, fantastic. T Sammy got a great launch there, and it's a second and a half in front of Maxi. Matt is 2.5 seconds down as well. Just watching Fizzy, who is the man of the moment at the moment there, and he is now starting to bear down the second Alfa Romeo as well. And as Frank saying, have a great night everyone, and Sean, remember to breathe there. I was trying to breathe there in the opening stage of this race as well. As, I got so I need to invest in some bigger lungs, I think. On board then with Fizzy. Fizzy's got a cracking race setup on, or he's really got a bit between his teeth, and he ran a bit wide out of Stavlo, unfortunately there from Fizzy. He is going to that's going to hurt him on this back straight here, unfortunately. But you can see though he's still gaining on Matt, and Fizzy is looking strong at this stage of proceedings, isn't it? I feel this is the Fizzy of old, the Fizzy of last season, the Fizzy of season 7, remember, where he won the Japanese Grand Prix. So Fizzy there looks like he is looking to really find his feet then in Formula 1 2020 here, and that is great stuff, isn't it, for his fans, for Frank, and for everyone around the globe then. Fizzy has set the fast lap race, and you could tell on that lap he was really burning rubber, wasn't he, as we come into last source again. Unfortunately I missed his first overtake there. Steve's just pinched that fast up off him as well, as Fizzy Steve has pinched that fast up off him as well, as he is in currently a sixth position at the moment as well. Coming up through Rouge as well. Oh my goodness me! And Fizzy there doing a great job there. He straightened up the steering wheel. Otherwise, if he didn't, he would have been in the scene of the accident there. So that just shows how perilous it is there. Going up into Radion as well. But Josh is not got the same reactions there. He is out of the Japanese Grand Prix, and it's a virtual safety car again. Then goodness me, we've had 3 virtual safety cars in a matter of moments here. Wow, what an incredible start then to the Belgian Grand Prix. I think that 4. I don't think you've had the virtual safety car yet. We're on board Gaz, and he's going over the 13th then. Remember what we said in qualifying as well, guys, that this race is going to be a race of attrition, is that you've got to make sure you keep yourself in the race. You have to be in it to win it, and where that's points, podium, or the race win itself, you need to be there at the very end, don't you? So that is what the name of the game is here tonight. It's going fast, but it's also making sure you survive as well, isn't it? And I got to say that unfortunately we have lost 2 cars already in this race. We've had a lot of cars having damage as well. I got to say though, I think that we need to ask Hog, who's manufacturing those front wings there on that Renault, because he had a big old smash there, didn't he, coming out of camps there, and somehow that wing didn't buckle or anything like that. Fantastic stuff there from Hog, really well done. 6 tenths of a second at the moment as we're coming up to Blanchimont as well then for Val. Then you can see, look at him, you can see Timmy, can he, but he's a bit too far back on. That's what 7 tenths of a second gap looks like in Formula 1, doesn't it? That feels like quite a big gap, doesn't it? But of course that is also, you get this horrible dirty air, don't you, from the back of the rear wing of these cars there as well, which hopefully that'll be reduced on the 2022 road rules now, not the 2021 of course, as unfortunately that really that's a not very nice virus there that has really changed the world this year, hasn't it? And of course has also hurt a lot of sporting events as well. But of course more importantly is that everyone is safe and well, isn't it? Just coming out of Radion as well, look at this, and Matt is going to be feeling the pressure, because look, Fizzy's coming there, goodness me, and I gotta say, he's like a train. Can he be stopped? He's on the outside, up into lane calm, he's got on the outside, he passes Matt. What a performance there from Fizzy, my word. Then this man is on fire at the moment, isn't he, in the Mercedes? He has got past both AlphaTauris. He is flying up through the field, isn't he? Fizzy is at the moment. Brilliant stuff indeed there from the man in Mercedes, the Mercedes car as well. He's now at 4 positions there. Goodness me, Fizzy's on a cracking tire there. I've got to say, he's been a bit wayward at times, hasn't he? And I've been clenching, but he's doing a great job, isn't he? As he comes through Pouillon as well. Lovely jubbly indeed then. And really good stuff indeed. Matt is 6 tenths of a second away at the moment, so he's trying to keep on tabs around there. T Sammy has really took off, but he's on the soft tires, remember, as though he's on the hard tires as well. And so of course as though the other man on the hard tire at this stage of proceedings as well, that includes the drivers that came in the pits as well. Stick on the hard tires, but unfortunately he didn't last too long, did he? As there you go. I got to just clear my throat because I think this is going to be more action and excitement. Well, we've got a bit of a field spread around here, haven't we? It's unusual around Belgium to have a field spread, isn't it? You get field spreads around like stop-start kind of circuits, don't you? Like Monaco's, like Azerbaijan, and things like street circuits, definitely, and Singapore's as well. But here tonight, then, they're all behaving very well indeed there. Unfortunately, we've lost Josh and Rizzlesticks already there. Fizzy has set another fast out of the race there. He is flying out at the moment. We've got a Williams off. It's JJ. He is off at Stavilo. No, he ain't. He's off at Paul Frere, and that is a safety car. And who is going to be able to react? They're too far. They're too far past the pit lane. So into the pits there comes Hog. Then is this going to be a problem for the major protagonist in this race? PB has elected to stay out there. Hog is the only man coming to the pits around there. On lap 6, he comes into the pits. And he changes those tyres. And unfortunately, JJ, Josh, and Rizzlesticks, who probably needed to get some points here tonight. Well, unfortunately, they're the three that are out this race at the moment. And Gaz is actually coming to the pits, and I thought he got by. No, PV did. Gaz in the pits as well then. And this is going to be very interesting either. I'm wondering what Double and Mason would do then. Because this is probably a free pit stop for the guys at the back. Then changing those tyres on the medium tyres then for the Red Bull. Red Bull a bit sluggish there. We've released them there. Mason in the pits as well then. Look how narrow this pit lane is. Goodness me. It is so tight in there, isn't it? I got to say, if I tried to walk in there, I wouldn't be able to fit in there with my wide love handles there. So, yeah, goodness me. It's very tight in there indeed, isn't it? Mason also Double also coming in the pits as well. So Mason coming in the pits and changing those tyres there. He's on the medium tyres and he goes back out now in the racing point. Double also in the pits as well. No, those are the white tyres there for Double, so he is going from the medium to the hard tyre then. So these guys got a deer to a doubter, but of course I don't think they're going to lose too much time then, and I wonder if Hogg might be able to get up a couple of positions here then. I wonder if he's going to get in front of Alistair and PB. I think those are the only two positions he lost in that pit window then. As we've got a Renault. I thought, it's a safety car. I thought you had a Renault stuck at the top of radio there, which did frighten me a bit because that was Hogg, isn't it? Because Hogg there is definitely going to be a major player in this race later on, isn't he? As into the pits comes T Sammy. What are the medium runners going to do? They're all in the pits, so they're all coming in the pits. Matt is not, and he stays out. He does. Matt does usually like to tread his own path, doesn't he? Remember in the Dutch Grand Prix that he risked staying out there. Unfortunately, it was a risk too far, wasn't it? But luckily, maybe that also might be a bit of team play as well. So that's an unsafe release there for the Ferrari team as we're on board with sprint as well. So I'm wondering there if Matt knew that his teammate needed to come in more though than he did. So perhaps Matt might have elected to stay out there and go longer in this race anyway. So that could potentially be the case then. Josh said, "Wow, back to the drawing board there." Unfortunately for Josh, but nevertheless, though, Josh, I think it's a very difficult race to survive anyway. Of course, as we already mentioned, it's definitely about survival in this one. It really is indeed. As we've already seen there, we've lost 3 cars already. We've had a lot of number of pit stops because of damage as well. So yes, even though it's back to the drawing board, next week it's Azerbaijan. So I'm not sure how you feel at Azerbaijan, but that's going to be another race where I think it's going to be about survival. And that is, of course, I got happy memories of Baku because that was my best ever race finish in IRC, which doesn't really account to much, does it, to be honest, because I think there was only 5 cars or 6 cars left in the race and I think I finished 7th. Yeah, there you go then. Anyway, this has really changed the face of this race, hasn't it? Matt leads the Grand Prix then. He is not pitted yet. Asdog is second. He is not pitted either. Everyone else behind him has pitted. Matt, I think the Matt probably couldn't come in the pits there because of his teammate perhaps then, which is why he stayed out, of course. Otherwise Sprint would have really otherwise they would have had to queue and that would have been painful, wouldn't it, for Sprint there. So and remember we was already talking in qualifying about the AlphaTauri and their amazing teamwork, and I think it's been absolutely incredible, and that's why they're leading the constructors, isn't it? The former Sprint, the former Matt, but also their great team at work as well. At the moment, Alfa Romeo, who was expecting to be the constructors' benchmark this season, well, that's not been the case too yet, has it? But I think Asdog there is in second position at the moment. Then can he have a strong performance? Can he rebound after a great race in America as well to keep his good form going as well? Because he did finish 4th in that race, didn't he, last week? So we're expecting the safety car to stay out for at least another lap. Then, of course, we've had a lot of safety cars over the years here in Belgium as well, haven't we? I think we've had so many, haven't we? I think it's almost every single race there. I can't remember the exact percentage of safety car out in Spa, but I think it's about 60-70%, something like that, if I remember rightly. I remember that's what they was talking about in practice one year. I think it was 2018 or 19. My memory just randomly remembers stuff like that. But there you go then. I think it's around that percentage. Maybe I'm wrong on that one, but yeah, safety car is out more often than not around the Spa circuit, isn't it? And of course, you can see on the right hand side then the track map is historic, isn't it? You can see when the people see that track, they know exactly what this track is. Fizzy's in the pits, and again, so Fizzy there, who was having such a great start to this race, has had problems, and the Mercedes mechanics are back on the pits. He's on the medium tires. Oh, is this a strategy call there from Fizzy? It is indeed. So very interesting stuff here from Fizzy. He's given up track position and he's gone on a new set of medium tyres. He's now fulfilled the regulations. He has been on 2 types of compound. Can he get to the end on those medium tyres? We're on lap 8, and it's only a 22-lap race around here, of course, and because of how long this track is. But he doesn't have to come in the pits again. Interesting stuff. I'm loving this. And just one board at the moment. There is Alsdog, of course. These two have been in IRC for so long, haven't they? Of course, they are. When you think of IRC, you do think of drivers like Alsdog and Matlin. Once again, then they're battling at the top of the field, aren't they? And I'm really looking forward to seeing what these two do. Then, of course, on the real driver circuit as well, isn't it? Of course, there's going to be no holding back as Alsdog, remember, is on the harder tires. Matt is on the medium tires. The medium tires is quicker than the harder tire and will warm up quicker, but it's about the durability of the tyre as well. And Alsdog tyres will still be in much better condition than Matt's medium tyres, but it does depend though on how they have played this so far. And really interesting stuff indeed then. So let's take stock. We're on lap 8 out of 22 then. Everyone has come to pits apart from Matt and Alsdog. Fizzy has come in twice and he has rolled the dice. He has lost out on track position, but that might come back to help him later on in the race. And Fizzy's got amazing speed, hasn't he? He's already shown in the first part of this race then, so he's not one to be counted out, is he? Matt leads this race then, not pitted. Alsdog is second, not pitted. Third position is T7, the pole sitter. Fourth is Max, the championship leader. Sprint in fifth position. One half of the constructors, the championship leaders, along with Matt, who's leading the race. Steve in sixth position, he is third in the world championship. Timmy is seventh then. Eighth is Val. Hogg in ninth position. 10th position is PB. 11th position is Gas. Mason in 12th position. Fizzy in 13th. Double in 14th as well. Safety car is in now, and we are going to be back racing then here in Spa as well then. So then Matt then coming out Paul Frere. He is going to let Bernd Molander just race away because he was now going to control the pace, and there's the Crocodile is queuing up behind him. And when is he going to drop the hammer then? Is he going to drop it coming out Blanchemont? He's going to drop it into the bus stop chicane or out of the bus stop chicane then. Of course, Matt's making certain, I don't think it's into Las Sources. It is going up to Lake Common through the Camel Straight, and that is where he's going to be more concerned about. The top of the hill is where Matt is going to probably be feeling a bit concerned there. They all would have of course been harvesting furiously, and now is Matt going in? He's not going yet then, is he? As look at this, and he is just toying with Alsdog, is he? Alsdog is really keen to get going here then, as we're now coming through the bus stop chicane as well. Alsdog's had to draw off then, and now when's Matt going to drop the hammer? We are going we're now going, Alsdog couldn't get off couldn't get on the power, and now Matt, look at that, he's almost a second in front. That's perfectly timed there for Matt, and he is now launched away. Second position is Alsdog. Third position is T7. T7, is there going to be any team orders there here in the Alfa Romeo garage as they come now down the hill and cut up into Eau Rouge and Radion as well? Let's see what he can do then. We're on board with him once again then as he flies through there. Is he gaining? No, because it's all about Max. And Max, he's gaining. And look at this as well then. It's coming closer. Look how close they are. Wheel to wheel between the championship protagonists and Alsdog there. Look at this, and he breaks so much there. And oh no! Alsdog is come together with Maxi. Oh my goodness me! Oh dear then. As it looked like Alsdog dropped so far back, didn't he? And then all of a sudden there, he just counters up the inside there. Maxi's dropped down into 11th position there. Where's Fizzy? He's up into 9th position as well. Oh dear. Matt still leads, and T7 is now second position. Sprint in third position. Fourth position there is Steve. Fifth is Timmy. Hogg in sixth position as well. We're on board then with Hogg. Good stuff indeed then. But Max is now on the back foot. He needs to make sure those tyres there are just are just back under, just getting themselves cooled down and back going again. Then Alston has got past Double as well. As Double is just at the back of the field about there. Oh dear. Then Nussel got towards it for the championship leader. Then but he has got over half the race to go, hasn't he? So he just needs to find his feet here, doesn't he? The Ferrari driver, and he might be able to make up some of those times as well. But that's a golden ticket for T. Sammy, isn't it? He's going to be very happy with what happened there. Then, and remember, he's now behind Fizzy, who's also on the fresher medium tire as well, isn't he? Fizzy is. And one of those are the tyres that probably Magnusson would probably like to be on at this stage of the scenes as well. As we come into the bus stop, we've got PB in front of us. Fizzy needs to be careful. He doesn't want damage there coming through the traffic, does he? So this is going to get very good indeed then. But I think the Fizzy at this moment in time could potentially be on for a very good podium. But he does have a lot of overtaking to do, doesn't he? But we'll find out how this race progresses. And that is, of course, without safety cars as well, which might also come into play in this race. And so there's a lot of things still to be decided in this race, and of course one of them. Oh my goodness me! Oh my goodness me! And it's a Max that just sneaks past there. It's O'Roos there, and he has passed Mason and moves up into an finish as well. Matt has dropped down. He's out of the lead then, as T-Sauer retakes the lead as well. Look at this, as Fizzy's got past as well. We've also got Asdog getting past Gaswell. Asdog is not pitted yet, and so there it is. And that's confirmation. And T-Sauer leads the Belgium Grand Prix then. Lovely stuff indeed then. Next target for Max, they were on board then with the World Championship, trying to come back through the field then after having a couple of gremlins, wasn't he? After having a couple of gremlins, and his Double's just got past Gaz as Gaz has dropped down to the back of the field then. So then, as you can see then, so Max then, of course, Max and Alston came to blows to the top of Lake Holm there, and because of that, then Max is on the back foot then. Fizzy is back on the medium tires. He is loving those medium tires so far this race, and he's having a great day. Hogg is now giving Timmy all kinds of concern, isn't he? Hogg is on the medium tires. Timmy is on the hard tire. I think the medium tire is the better race tire at this stage of proceedings then as well. So I'm going to get very, very interesting indeed. As look at this, his PB there is out of shape there. Is he coming out of Paul Fretter on board then with the Ferrari driver as well. Let's see that as he is gaining. That is what 3/10 of a second looks like. Just taking a look to see as Timmy is all on the back of the man who's firm the World Championship, which is Steve. I don't know, PB there is not put up too much of a fight there. He's I think that he is more concerned about maybe getting some points or two for the Haas team there. They come across the line there. Matt as teammate who's that? As Matt into the pits comes PB. What's happened to PB there? And yeah, so it looks. I thought he was just thinking about. I thought he was waiting to fight another day, but there's a problem for PB in the Haas as well. His teammates in full position as well. Look at this. Sprint is now gaining on his teammate Matt. Of course, Matt has done 10 laps on these medium tires. Sprint is pitted, and he is on brand new spanking medium tires as well. Is Matt going to just fail the throw here? I think he is. He? Let's take a look at that. Yes, indeed he is. And Sprint is through and up into second position then. Good. That is why they're absolutely their teamwork is fantastic. I'm thinking the Mercedes have done the same thing here. I'm loving this teamwork. It's brilliant, isn't it? It really adds an extra dynamic in this race, doesn't it? Lovely stuff indeed then. PB comes out of the pits and he's on the medium tires there. Also Gaz coming out of the pits as well. I think both cars had damage there. That's why they came in the pits there. And Gaz there almost, I thought he was going into the wall then. And this is going to get very interesting indeed. That might become a bit of a roadblock. As Gaz there is there's yellow flags there. Is Gaz okay then? Just taking a look there. And he is okay then. So I think might just frightened me definitely. I hope he didn't frighten himself then. Oh no, Gaz there has just gone on back and forth. He has crashed at the top of Raddy on there. And that's bad then. Virtual safety car again then here in this race. Hogg is, oh my goodness me, Hogg there is gone off there. Oh dear, coming out. Cam said he's also gone the water and he's damaged the wing. Hogg is out of the race. Oh my gosh, somehow his wheels fallen off and Hogg there is going to be furious then. A virtual safety car. I wonder if he stamped on the brakes there, tried to avoid the car in front and gone for grass and he just drove into the barrier there and his wheel just fell off then. Oh, what a shame. DRS is back and able to we're back racing, but Hogg is out of the race. We're down to 12 cars in this Belgian Grand Prix then. Matt is now then coming under the caution now, isn't he, from Steve? Timmy has dropped back into a second behind as well. Double and PB are almost in the points as well. As so we're now down to 12 and Hoggs, Gaz, JJ, Josh and Rizzsticks all out of this Belgian Grand Prix as well. Maxi is now really giving Val a cause for concern as well. As Asdog's got by Mason and moved up into Mason looks like he was in AI there. We'll look about that more later on there as well. And Maxi then is chasing Val, but I think I need to be more interested in this battle here. Because look, Matt's going to go through. He's going to go through on his teammate. He is back through then. Interesting stuff. And Vaxis also passes Val as well and moves up into 7th position. Then 2.5 seconds up the road is Fizzy. And look at this then. So Matt's back in front of this train then. T-Sam is 2 seconds in front then. And the car's in front of this moment then. And I gotta say, T-Sammy, it's got a firm grip on this race at the moment, and that will be his 4th Grand Prix, his 5th Grand Prix win in a row there. His 5th Grand Prix race win of this season then. And that's a pivotal moment maybe in this championship as well. Of course, Maxis also has 5 Grand Prix wins as well. And it's very tough up at the top, isn't it? Fantastic. Steve, look at this, and Steve there might be interesting in the podium here. He's qualified 6th on the grid there, which might have been a disappointment for Steve, but he is very much in the running now, isn't he? Matt got past his teammate again, and I thought that there was a bit of team play, but I'm wondering what is going on with Sprint. Unless Sprint might be deployed there to hold up Steve and maybe let Matt have a bigger deficit perhaps there. Of course, I am probably overthinking this as well then. I do love conspiracy. I do love it when teammates do work together then, and I might be overthinking this, and of course in league racing you cannot think that, can you? But Matt does come in the pit set, and now then Steve is all over the gearbox then, so Matt coming in the pit set right just after this set. I wonder if he's going on to the soft tire then, and he'll be the only man on the soft tire at this stage of proceedings as well. Maxi then is is now 3 seconds away from this battle here. This is the quartet then, and Matt is on the soft tires as well, so he is going to be very quick towards the end of this race. So keep an eye then on Matt then. But I think it's Timmy we need to keep an eye on at the moment. This is all over the back of Steve, and that gap was closing then. So he's on the outside then, and Steve's giving a squeeze, but Timmy is coming through. Honestly, no end, because Steve's got some amazing straight line speed there, curve into Lake Com then, and Fizzy there's going to have to try and get by these two, isn't he? And where's Maxi? There's the Ferrari there in the background, just coming back through the field as well. Oh gosh, this is going to get very hair and scares there. Of course, we are in October. October is usually synonymous with Halloween, isn't it? So it's very apt, isn't it, for this race as well. T-Sammy must be scaring the opposition though, because his pace is rapid out in front. No, he's 4.1 seconds in front of Sprint, who is second. Then Steve is in third position. Timmy in fourth, and on board with Fizzy, who is my driver of the day so far. He's been absolutely fantastic, hasn't he? He has been very quick from the get-go in this race, hasn't he? Really impressive stuff there. Fizzy's got an amazing race setup on there, hasn't he? Fantastic. Matt is very close to the back of Double. Double is in the points and Double doesn't need to stop again. And for the Fizzy there, getting very wide there, coming out of Paul Frere. Goodness me, that was understeer on that Mercedes. Of course, that's the dirty air generated from the McLaren in front of him, isn't it? Over Timmy there was side by side there with Steve, wasn't he? Going up into the Camel Straight there and up into Lake Com then. But now he's dropping back then. And I say dropping back, he's only 8 tenths of a second away then, so that's not really too far back, is it? But it's still far enough back, isn't it? And T-Salmon then is just coming. T-Salmon now 4.3 seconds. He's gaining another 2 tenths there. This squabbling quartet there, and it's going to become a 5-sum in a minute, isn't it? There he is, and Maxi in the background, the championship leader, and he is not going. He can't take any course that he does have a 28-point advantage, doesn't he? So what's he going to do? Is he going to settle for this 6th position? I don't think he will, because he's a racer, isn't he? He's not going to want to finish 6th, is he? Fizzy there is looks like is just maxing out the revs there, isn't he, at the top of the straight there? So unfortunately couldn't get by at the moment, could he? Matt there is all over the back of Double as well. Double's got no DRS there. Matt's also on fresh soft tires as well as he gets past Double and moves up into a 10th position as well. Mason is just in front then, so Matt will be coming back through the field there. After Mason is a 7-second gap there to Asdog, who hasn't pitted yet. Asdog hasn't. So interesting to see what Asdog's strategy is from here. Look at this. Fizz is all over the back of that McLaren, and then look at this. He's going up on the outside there into Campser. Timmy there is not going to be yielding there, is he? But look at this, Fizzy is really there, just trying to make sure that Timmy knows he's there. Timmy definitely knows he's there, doesn't he? And I feel that Fizzy is probably now starting to really get a bit of the move on, isn't he? Because look, Maxi's only 1.2 seconds back as well, as that Ferrari is bearing down, and Sprint is now starting to pull away from Steve slightly. Timmy is out of DRS range of Steve as well, so Timmy doesn't have DRS this time around. That might be quite important there. But Fizzy might not need DRS, and he's going to the bus stop chicane then, but at the moment there's nothing doing. and look at this, and he's pushing it. Oh, he's getting a good old bump there out of the bus stop chicane. Oh, and Matt's just gone through just before Blonshaw by looks again past Mason there, and Fizzy there is now looking on the inside of not looking on the inside last source there. I think they're wondering if he held back a bit there. Is he giving a bit of a boost there going out of the bus stop chicane there? And I don't think Timmy wanted that boost, really, did he? Because he feels he was happy enough to go out of the bus stop on by himself then as well. Lovely shot there from Fizzy then. Look at this. We've got DRS this time around then. I feel this might be a done deal. It is a done deal then. He's side by side. He passes Timmy. That's a pivotal moment then in this race then. And next target is Steve as well, and they've almost 2 seconds away then from Steve then with them two battling as well. So next up is Maxi in 6th position as well. Matt has got past Mason, I should say. There's too many M's in this league, isn't there? Goodness me, here in IRC. But Matt is now up in the 9th position there. He is now going to be bearing down then on Asdog for 8th and 9th position. Of course, they were, when the safety car came out, they was 1st and 2nd. They're now 8th and 9th at the moment. Matt has stopped. Asdog hasn't then. And Asdog there is, I think Asdog might struggle to get points there from there at this moment in time. But anything can happen in this race. Of course, this is Belgium, of course, an old school circuit. There's a lot of places where it can go wrong there. We've seen the Hog, where the Hog's dreams go wrong just at that corner, just before that corner there. On board once again there with Maxi. On board the World Championship leader, who is leading by 28 points in at the start tonight then, and at the moment he is on the back foot. His championship protagonist T Sammy is on 25 points. Steve is on 15 points in 3rd position as well. So and Maxi is only on 8 points. Well, this is his worst finishing performance was back in Vietnam there, wasn't it? And at the moment he is 6th again here tonight. And of course after him and Aston came to blows at the top of the hill at Lake Com then, unfortunately, but I don't think there's no damage on either car there, but it really hurt both drivers there, and that's why Max is so far back, and that's why Asdog's also so far back as well. Steve is now half a second away from Sprint then. Sprint, of course, hasn't got DRS either because T Sammy has just wandered off into the distance and Matt has set the fast lap of the race then. Lovely stuff indeed. Mason's coming to the pits. Only 8 laps on the medium tyres from Mason. I wonder if Mason has had some issues there. As we're just going to go back then because this is it. It's the Ferrari who is now passing Timmy. He is up into 5th position there. A great comeback, a great recovery drive here from Maxi. Really good stuff indeed. That is why he's in the championship, and he's also a changed man as well this season. I feel that if Maxi was cutting back through the field last season, he might have got caught up in another incident or something like that, but not this season. He is so much me. He's almost a complete driver this season, isn't he, Max? This is fantastic to watch. It really is indeed. He's absolutely impressive stuff from the championship leader. Really, hats off to him indeed then. Oh, as we come through Pouillon there as well, I've got to say, a fantastic corner. It really is, doesn't it? They fly out Pouillon, and now coming up into camps as well then. And at the moment then there's T Salmon there having a bit of a difficult second sector there, as it looks like that they're gaining on him slightly, and I wonder if T Salmon just turning the car down. He doesn't want to push more than he needs to then at this stage, because he's got the race firmly in the palm of his hand at the moment, hasn't he, T Salmon? But he cannot rest on his laurels, can he? Fizzy then is also is he gaining on this battle at the moment? Not at this stage of procedure, but Fizzy's on the medium tyres. These guys are on the hard tyres. Well, actually Sprint's on the medium tyres as well, isn't he? But Steve there is on the hard tyres, and Steve might the tyre advantage might come back to Steve there on this race as well. These hard tyres, these medium tyres got to go now like 5 or 6 laps or so. So they might have to start to think about nursing them as well. Steve having a look on the inside into last source. It's not very much. I wouldn't say it's the most traditional overtaking in a position on this race. Look at Max. He's almost right behind Fizzy, going up to Rouge already. Incredible stuff, Ben. And look at this. Asdog's in the pits there, and let's see what Asdog can do then from here on in. Look at this. And that was an incredible shot then as they come out of Radion as well. Maxi is side by side. He passes Fizzy. There he goes then. And Fizzy jumped down into 5th position then. I'm wondering then if Fizzy's going to just try and stay with Maxi now, and maybe he can force his way up through one of these two cars as well. But I think Steve now sees that Maxi in his wing mirrors as well. Maxi's been phenomenal tonight, hasn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed then. As Sprinter's in his 2nd position out of the way. Sprint's not going to jump out of Steve or Max's way, is he? Because Sprint there is also trying to fight for the Constructors' Championship as well. Martin at the moment is in 8th position there. He's at 10 seconds away from Val. And is he going to be able to get Val in the next 5 or 6 laps or so? Asdog in 10th position, also on the soft tyres as well. Mason's also put on the soft tyres. Look at that. See, there is very much had a lot of understeer there, didn't he? And look, Maxi is now within DRS range, well, comfortably within DRS range, isn't he? Maxi is having an absolutely fantastic race, isn't he? What an impressive performance there from the championship leader. He is amazing. He is incredible. He is sensational, isn't he? Wow. And oh God, I don't think that even Steve, with his great driving prowess, is going to be able to stop this freight train from coming through, isn't he? This Ferrari man is absolutely incredible at this stage. But Fizzy there, he needs to, I think the question is about Fizzy, isn't it? I wonder if Fizzy there is going to try and sneak through as well. Look, Timmy is not too far away from Max. He set the fast out race. I'm not shocked about that at all, because that lap was absolutely impressive. You can see it visibly of how it was a qualifying lap on that one, wasn't it? Goodness me. Absolutely putting the car to the limit there, wasn't it? It was a qualifying lap, wasn't it? Fantastic. Coming up into Radion there, and into Eau Rouge and Radion as well. Maxi there, look at this, and he's got so much drive up that car, up that hill. See, look at this, and Steve, as he goes the front, then he's going up the inside. Look at this, Maxi there is running into the rear ring then, and look at this, the top speed then going up to Lake Com, and Steve there is still in front then. Did he contact? I think Maxi is contacted, and Steve is in the wall. He is in the wall then. Oh dear. And Mason set the fast lap race, so that'll be his first fast lap in his career. Oh no, then I'm not sure if did Maxi touch Steve. I'm not sure if he helped him around or not, but Steve has damaged his wing there, and this is not good at all, is it, for Steve's championship aspirations there. I remember in 11 races he's not been on the podium. He's only not been on the podium twice. He had a DNF last race as well, didn't he? So look at this. As we now got to Mason there, who's also powering through as well. Both Haas drivers there are having a couple of difficult moments in this race at this stage of proceedings. What a shame there from Fizzy. What a shame there from Steve, I should say. Absolutely, you'd be absolutely this in despair about that, isn't he? Because he retired in the last race as well, didn't he, in USA? And again here tonight, and he's having a couple of issues there on his way to. On his way to the finish line, and look at this, and as Asdog goes on the inside into camps there, and a double going back through there, but Asdog shoved the inside. He's got soft tyres, hasn't he? He's got the purchase already there for as a double there is on the longer hard tyre run, isn't he? Until the end of this race as well. Of course, Asdog is only just put on those soft tyres. Steve then is still limping around. Then he is only just come to the pits. That is how long this lap is, isn't it? As they came to blows at the top of they come. What a shame for Steve then, as he is dropping down the order. Is he going to be able to get back out in front of Asdog in double? He should get out in front of Mason then. Now look at this then, is now Maxi there is all over the back then. He is on the inside then, and the outside. He passes Sprint and he moves up into third position then, and a good 17th there from Maxi. Fizzy in at fourth position then, as well as Steve, and Steve's on the soft tyres, and they're changing the nose cone still, and he is still in the pits, and of course this is going to be a long stop anyway, and now he's being released. Haas are at the Haas is at the end of the pit lane, so he should get out in front of Mason, because he'll have the inside into Lassos. There is Mason, and Mason got very well out of Lassos as well. Mason at the moment has to fast up. I think that Steve might he's going to be in qualifying mode now, isn't he? Steve, of course, he's going to be very angry and upset with what has happened in the final stage of this race. So he is going to be on the soft tyres and probably on qualifying laps now to the end this way as well. But Mason has the fast lap at the moment, and if he can keep it, that'll be his first fast lap of his career, which is absolutely fantastic stuff there from Mason. And just on board now then with Fizzy then, of course, he is 0.8 of a second back from Sprint at the moment then. I've got to say though, Maxi's recovery drive back through the field has been absolutely sensational. It really has, hasn't it? He's been absolutely mega, hasn't he? Very much like a freight train at times and Maxi might edge out driver of the day, but having said that, I've got to say Fizzy has been absolutely mega. As T. Sammy, I think I've been talking about fast up, but T. Sammy there just has entered the conversation again, hasn't he? Just shows he's got a lot of pace. I wonder if he's just trying to light up the timesheets as he's seen his championship rider Maxi come back through the field and back up him to second position then. But yeah, Max is out of T. Simon's been fantastic this race, hasn't he? He's controlled it from start to finish so far. Maxi has been brilliant in the recovery drive, hasn't he? Sprinters, I gotta say, been solid, hasn't he? But Fizzy has been absolutely mega from start to finish, and his strategy has been brilliant as well, hasn't he? Of course, he double stacked under the safety car. He has driven back through the field absolutely splendidly well, and he is in fourth position at the moment. And as it stands, I believe that Maxi has a 10-second penalty as well to add to the end of this race as well. So Fizzy at the moment is on course for a podium finish as well. So great stuff indeed then. So Maxi needs to gain out about 10 seconds if he wants to stay on this podium then. So Fizzy there is getting very close to the wall with no name now, and that would have been a bit frightening as well. On board with Mason, who is actually not too far back from Steve, and I was expecting Steve to really light up the track here, but I'm wondering if there's more damage than what we can see on Steve's car. And Haas have changed the nose cone, but I'm wondering if there's other damage that's happened to Steve's car, because Mason is really catching on him, isn't he? And we're on board Mason now as well, and it's so Steve is going to be, I think he's going to be very disgruntled this stage of proceedings. But Mason then, if he gets into the top 10, he'll get a bonus point for fast lap, and of course that point for 10th position as well then. So there's a lot to play for between Steve and Mason as well. But Steve has had a great run actually out of the corner of no name, and has gained a second out, hasn't he? As we're back on board Steve, and we're expecting a lot of hot laps from Steve now, as he might try and fish that fast lap off the T-Sam as well. But having said that, look at this. The gap was 5 seconds, wasn't it? It's down to 3.8 then. I wonder if the tires are now starting to swing back into Maxi's hands there. Well, I know we've got 2 laps to go, but it's a long old way around it. It's 7 kilometres this circle is then. So Max is there to strike if there's any issues, isn't there? As he comes out of Eau Rouge there, and Radio Net, and he's out on the Kemmel Straight as well. He has been incredible, hasn't he? T-Sam is fantastic driver in today. Really good stuff indeed. Then but I think that this is very much caught my eye, and it definitely intrigued me, hasn't it? Towards the end of this race as well. Lovely as we're just watching Max then. He's been starting to show. I think him and Fizzy have been absolutely fantastic tonight. They really have indeed then. Double there, as we said, this is very much a double race, isn't it? And that just shows that we're a solid 9th position as well, keeping himself out of trouble. Mason is on the cusp of points as well in 11th position, and of course he has to make an extra stop earlier in this race then, which has put him on the back foot then. But potentially he's only 1.3 seconds away from points, and so it's not out of the discussion just yet to maybe getting the points then. But we'll see there from Mason. But we're on board, and look at that. It's now to 3.2 seconds. T-Sammy might be taking it easy here, but goodness me, that Maxi is really pushing on. There is the race leader. He's just going by our screens now, and there is Maxi as well. And goodness gracious me, then I got to say, it's been impressive, isn't it? I can't even think of any other more positive words to describe this man tonight. He has been sensational, hasn't he? Really good stuff indeed. That Fizzy is less than a second behind sprint as well. He will have DRS on the Kemmel Strength for the 22nd and final time then. But here is the race leader, here is the world champion, the man who is second in the Drivers' Championship as it stands at this stage of proceedings. Maxi is second position. Fizzy is out of DRS range at the moment, isn't he? Steve has really gained on double on this lap alone, hasn't he? As double there is just trying to get himself to the end now on these hard tires, isn't he? As of course Steve is on 2 steps softer tires. Look at this, he's on the outside of double there. He's got the inside down to Blanchimont. Steve's got to swap onto the outside. Double has gone wide then, so Steve's going to have the outside, but he's got so much more braking capacity. There he goes then, up into 9th position. And Steve double down to position, Steve up in the 9th position there. He had soft tyres, he had much more braking capacity as well. Own problem for double is though that Steve has dragged Mason along there, so Mason might potentially be snatching that final point now with 1 lap to go there. Oh, this is going to get very interesting indeed, isn't it? Look at the top 6 so close between each other. 4 seconds is the biggest gap, which is between Timmy and Valden. They're all within 4 seconds or less between each other. Fantastic, isn't it? Matt is in 7th position then after I think because he didn't pit under the safety car, he's really on the back foot, wasn't he? And look at this, and Mason there is gaining. Is he going to have a go until they come there? He's got to have a lunge, is he? Not quite. And look at this, double there is ran a bit wider. They've come to blows there. The second part they come, and the double there showing the rear wheel there, as he's not going to let Mason by on the last lap, is he? No, and look at this, as now just watching T-Sammy. There is 2 seconds, the gap is 2 seconds, but T-Sammy ain't going to care, because T-Sammy is coming to the bus stop for the 22nd and final time now, and he exits out of the last corner, and T-Sammy wins his 5th Grand Prix of the season. Brilliant drive there, absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. Maxi in 2nd position here, 9/10 of second. Brilliant stuff indeed. Sprint in 3rd, Fizzy in 4th, Timmy in 5th. What a a drive from Fizzy. Timmy in 5th, Val in 6th position there. We've had yellow flags there as something went a bit wrong. I wonder if Steve's had some issues there. Val in 6th position, and Matt is going to come through in 7th position then, as he was on the back foot when he didn't put under the safety car. 8th position there is Asdog in the Alfa Romeo. Of course, he was on the hard tires on the alternative strategy. Didn't pay off in the end of it. And Mason there, look at this, and Steve is going to come through in 9th position. I think that he'll be very unhappy. Mason's sending it on the inside, the bus stop chicane. There's contact then. There's contact. Double is not yielding. No, is he Steve? Is he going to have traction there? No, he isn't. Steve 9th. Double in 10th position. And Mason just outside the points in 11th position. But hats off to Mason. I think he got fast lap as well. Brilliant stuff indeed. PB completes the final class for the classified runners who didn't retire in 12th position. But today is T. Sammy's day, his 5th Grand Prix win of the season. And he equals Maxi's total race wins this season of 5 as well. PB was driver today then. As much as I love to go to PB, I think it has to go down to either Fizzy or maybe even Max as well. But we'll soon find out. And there's also T Sammy as well. But there he is, Ed. Brilliant drive there from T Sammy. His 5th Grand Prix win of the season, and this might be a major one as well. Brilliant something did that, and he will narrow the gap quite considerably down to Maxi, even though Maxi had a battling drive back through the field as well. And here's the final classification then from the Belgian Grand Prix. Now, I apologise to Mason. I forgot to T Sammy there set the fast up, didn't he, just after him? But Mason did have some good pace there towards the end. They've really good stuff indeed there for Mason. But unfortunately, just 0.3 of a second off a point here today. T Sammy won the race there, his 5th Grand Prix win of the season. Maxi in 2nd position, great recovery drive after him and Asdog came the blows at Lecom. Sprinting a very solid 3rd position. Fizzy, what a drive there from 4th there. He had pace all the way through this race, didn't he? Timmy in 5th position there, Val in 6th position, both Mercedes scoring really well today. Matt in 7th position there, 8th position was Asdog there, 9th was Steve there, very disappointed I think with the coming together with himself and Maxi, I think at Lecom as well. We didn't have a very good angle to do, so if that's not the case, I'll apologise to Maxi. 10th position is Double, great drive from Double there. We said it was a double day, and it really was, good point there from Double, but he just about held off Mason in 11th position, and PB in 12th position, retirements Hog, Gaz, JJ, Josh and Rizzle States all retired from this epic Belgium Grand Prix. And then once again, then Belgium Grand Prix is in the books then for IRC then, and that was fantastic stuff indeed then. And so that was a shame then. And so now just finish off the broadcast. But before we go then, I must also focus your minds to next week. And next week it is the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Baku. Then of course it's a street fighter circuit, isn't it? It's going to be fantastic. There's going to be a lot of attrition rate in that one. So don't go anywhere, guys. It's going to be great stuff. That is next week on IRC. So keep your eyes peeled. See you next week, I should say.